Hey guys, Sharon with another video, and today, as you see by the title of the video, I'm talking about teenagers, and this is for mostly the parents who are having teenagers and are struggling to figure out what is wrong with them, or don't understand why they're acting a certain way or something, or if you're gonna be a new parent and you don't know how to react when your child is going into teenagehood. I'm not generalizing every teenager. This is from my own experience, my own thought process, and what I got from other parents, from other teenagers. And I also wrote a story about this in class like a week ago or so, so I'll leave that in the description below for y'all can read it. I honestly like the story. It's one of my favorite stories that I've written so far. And if you want to hear more about like my different kind of stories, I wrote something about all lives matter and blended families and all that fun stuff. So if y'all want to hear more about that or want to hear my own thought process about those, please leave it down below and I'll try to make it when I have time. Also, I just came up with a video today when I'm filming this. Is the 8th. I made a video with this guy right here. Say hi. Okay. This is my new little minion friend. This is Bobbert. Just want to shout him out. Tell me down below if I should make an Instagram for this guy, because he's pretty funny. Okay, anyways, let's get on with the video. So, I don't have any notes with me right now. I don't have my paper with me because I did turn that in, and I have it online, but I don't want to look at it online because I'm filming a video. So, anyways, let's get started. Oh, almost forgot. Leave a like, subscribe if you want. You don't have to. And check out my the video with me and Bobber, and I think that's it. So anyways, let's get started. So again, I'm not generalizing any other teenager. Some teenagers might feel the same or something like that, but this is from my own perspective. I'm telling my side of the story, and if you have your own side of what it's like being a teenager, please leave it down below. So let's get started. So ever since I was 13, I never felt like I had a real voice or anything in my own household. Like, even before then, I always thought, like, I'm trying to speak up for myself, but I never had the chance to. So, literally my first line of the story, like, teenagers have a lot to say, but no one ever listens or something like that. And I can tell you that's true. Like, I would say something, and then he will get mad at me and turn it around on me. Like, I live with my grandfather, so when I say he, I'm talking about my grandfather. And it can be hard, and I deal with that with my birth mother all the time. Like, when I try to explain something like why I won't want to see her or something, she'll try to like switch my words around to where it's like where it's not what I'm trying to say. It's just like most teenagers feel like they're not understand, or they don't have the time to talk or stick up for themselves at home because parents don't let them speak up for themselves. Yes, if they're being brats or something, then they should be yelled at, or not really yelled at, just talked to and disciplined. But when they're trying to tell their own side of the story, and then you're yelling over them telling your side of the story, and it's making a huge mess, that's not really working. I struggle with a lot of trigger issues, so when somebody starts yelling or something, I start having almost a panic attack or mental breakdown because I don't like that. I deal with that ever since my grandma died, of just complete yelling every time when I do something wrong, and it does mess with people's mental health. And that goes on to saying, like, don't tell your daughter, don't tell your son or your kid that they're ugly or what they should do to change themselves or something according to that. That can really struggle with their self-esteem. And me coming from a household where my grandpa reminds me every single day how I should exercise, start doing this and that, blah blah blah, it led me to have an eating disorder. So please, out of your own safety and your child's safety, don't ruin their insecurities more, because they're probably already hearing from social media and all that stuff. And also, bringing up social media and phones, don't always blame the phone. I'm just saying that out of like an example, because a lot of stuff that causes like eating disorders, body dysmorphia, not body dysmorphia, body image issues, because I deal with that, because on my timeline or on my For You page, all I see is like fit, healthy looking people on my page, and then I'm here like I'm fat, and most days I don't feel good about myself, and it is hard because us teenagers hear a lot how what we wear sometimes make us look like we want it, make us look too fat or too skinny, or something along those lines. That doesn't make us feel good on ourselves. If we want to wear crop tops and short shorts, we don't need to hear like, "Oh, you're asking for it," or if you want to, or if guys want to paint their nails or something like that, don't say anything. They have their own style. Us teenagers have our own style. And I keep hearing this a lot from one adult, and particularly, I won't say who it is, but they keep telling me like I'm the same as everyone else. I'm not trying to be the same as anyone else. I am different from most people. Trust me and my best friend are like night and day different. Like she already has her license. She likes Frozen. She likes Disney stuff. She likes so many other things. And I'm kind of like, okay, I don't really like that stuff. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. But it is a lot. We know it's a lot being a teenager, and the older generation, usually the boomers, usually tell us like, well, at least you didn't go through a war. Well, you didn't do this or that, blah 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 blah. I hear this a lot. I used to hear this a lot personally, so I know how that feels. My friend deal with it, and okay, we know you went through something. We know you missed your prom or whatever because you had to go to the war or something like that. But we're living in a pandemic. We are also dealing with mental issues. Like at the beginning of quarantine, my mental health dropped to 0, and that wasn't good for me because I started having suicidal thoughts, binging and purging, self-harm, all that bad stuff. While it looked like all my other friends were having a good time in quarantine, I'm just here like, I'm so lonely. And I was dealing with a lot of stuff, and then I was also trying to be happy and make other people happy for they won't worry about me. And it did suck for quite a while. And then as I was getting better, my friend was also losing her own mental health, which was sucky. And it comes to show like almost every teenager deal with something in their life, or some kind of mental something, and it sucks. We all know being a teenager is the hardest stage of life. This is why I'm making this video, showing to parents like, yes, your teens do deal with stuff. It's not always the phone's fault. It's not always social media's fault. It's always something that's either going on in the home or around them in real life. Because quarantine was the hardest, and even still being in quarantine, I have to go to school. I have spring break this week, so I didn't have school this week. But like when I go to school every day, I'm scared. And I'm just being honest. I'm scared because all the other girls are like fit, skinnier than me, and they seem happy, but they're probably also going through their own stuff. And it sucks because I hear kids talking like, "Ooh, look at my handwriting, it's so perfect." Or saying stuff like that, which makes me feel more insecure about myself, because then the teacher will come over like, "Yeah, that's great," and then me showing my notes and they're just say, "Oh, that's pretty good." And it does suck. It does suck. But it's like, it's a day of a teenager. It's the life of a teenager. And I can say, like, I personally have like, what is the word that, I always one up somebody. And I always one up my friend Blake sometimes when we're talking about YouTube or something like that. And I'm not trying to one up him, but then having other people one up me, and it does suck. It does suck. And then also going back to the bullying thing, like, I get bullied constantly. Recently it hasn't been that bad, but like every time when I try to stick up for my own self, it always turns back on me. Every time when I'm crying in class or struggling and I can't say words, the teacher always say, just go to the office or something like that, because they don't want to deal with that kind of stuff. But if they just give me time to like process words, I'll tell you what's wrong. But then just you saying get out or go to the office or I don't understand why you're crying. If you talk to us and learn what's wrong, then you'll understand why we're feeling this way. But like, it is hard, and that goes along the depression. Like, some teens deal with depression, anxiety, and all this kind of stuff. It's hard. It's like we would rather sleep all day because it's closer to thinking to death and it's not committing to death. But it is tough. It is hard. And you telling us, well, oh, just go play outside, you'll be good, you'll be fine, you need some vitamin D, and telling us all this stuff that we need, and we're busy over here trying not make ourselves, or makes trying not to cry or anything. My grandpa's back, so I'll talk more about it in the description below. So if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, and hopefully you'll understand where I'm coming from. I love you guys. Bye.